I would just like to thank everyone who has made this day and this debate possible, especially my wife Anita and my children. Also, I would like to thank my opponent, Secretary Clinton, for gracing us with her presence tonight. In addition, I would like to thank the extreme right in the Republican Party who has caused the party to move so far out that they nominated him for president in 2016 over Chris Christie.
I would also like to thank everyone who has made this day and this debate possible, like my husband Bill, whom I am sure all you know, especially the ladies in the audience, and my daughter Chelsea. I would also like to thank Barack Obama for making me wait another 8 years to finally become president, even though I thought I should have won last time around.
Since I have won the coin toss, I will go first. The first topic I will be discussing is my belief in the principles of limited government. Limited government is the best approach for the government to take because it is the least intrusive form of government, unless we are talking about women's reproductive rights. Limited government promotes business, promotes individual welfare, family, and American values.
In response, I firmly believe in a government that stays out of people's everyday lives, but government must have a voice and influence. Therefore, I believe in a more expansive role for government. Without regulation from the government, the business sector and other various industries will be free to do whatever they want without regard or concern for the public good. It is my view that the government has a vested interest in protecting the public good, so we must have an active government.
This is where I completely disagree with Secretary Clinton fundamentally. I believe in the principles of Ronald Reagan, like low taxes and little regulation, even though he raised taxes multiple times. These two will foster economic growth and incentive entrepreneurship in the private sector. Furthermore, lower taxes will result in higher incomes, thus Americans will have more money to invest, which will spur economic growth and create jobs. Reaganomics.
It is my opinion that the private sector having complete authority over what it does is disastrous for the economy. As we saw in 1929 with the stock market crash and the Great Depression and the Great Recession of 2008, that President Obama rescued the country out of limited regulation, enhances the ups and downs the economy faces. Up until 2008, businesses were able to do whatever they pleased with no one stopping them. Eventually a bubble formed in the housing market and various economic institutions, and when this bubble popped, the economy crashed.
Now to the next topic of our presidential debate, the proposed amendment to the Constitution allowing for homosexuals to marry. I firmly believe that marriage is between one man and one woman, and we should not change 2,000 years of social customs for a new concept that will destroy families and society in general. Even though the vast majority of the country has evolved on their views on gay marriage, since I am a Republican and must cater to the evangelical wing of my party, I am opposed.
I am in full support of the proposed amendment to the Constitution allowing for gays to marry. Similar to other factors of discrimination, like race, ethnicity, or gender, no person should be disenfranchised from wanting to marry because of their sexual orientation.
In addition to my belief that gay marriage will ruin society as we know it, I also am opposed to it on the grounds of federalism. The states have always been the determinant factors in creating marriage regulations for the nation. The federal government should have no say in determining the marriage laws for the individual states. This would not be consistent with tradition and may even be unconstitutional, in my opinion.
While Governor Perry makes the argument against gay marriage in the amendment based on federalism, the need for an amendment is based on constitutional grounds. Since some states like Connecticut, Massachusetts, and various others have permitted gay marriage, and many states like Texas, Mississippi, and various others have state constitutional bans on gay marriage, this violates the Constitution. The Full Faith and Credit Clause commands that states have to recognize the licenses, marriages, and other titles from other states. Since some states permit gay marriage and some do not, The full faith and credit clause is being violated since marriages between gays in Connecticut are not recognized as marriages in states like Virginia. Therefore, we need this amendment to ensure that the full faith and credit clause is upheld, since gay marriage will be legal in all states after ratification.
Next, we turn to the issue of Supreme Court and judicial appointments. One of the President's greatest ways of continuing his legacy is through appointments to the Supreme Court. Since Supreme Court justices hold their position for life, their decisions outlast the term of the President who appointed them. I believe in the appointment of justices who uphold the constitutional philosophy of strict construction. Strict constructionists believe in the narrow interpretation of the Constitution consistent with the original intent of the founding fathers who wrote the document. I hope to nominate judges that will overturn Roe v. Wade, because that was the founding fathers' intention as well.
The courts, and especially the Supreme Courts, are the most important protector of individual rights in American democracy. Madison considered courts to be the protector of the minority from the tyranny of the majority. Therefore, our courts have an important role to play in American democracy. I believe in appointing justices who have a loose interpretation of the Constitution. Since times are always changing, the Founding Fathers' original intent may not fit with contemporary society. For example, in regards to gun rights, the Second Amendment states that Americans have the right to bear arms in a well-regulated militia. Now, did the founders intend for Americans to be able to possess unlimited amounts of machine guns and high-capacity magazines with 50 rounds before the shooter has to reload? I do not believe so, which is why the justice has to not take all language in the Constitution literally, and they need to take into account the current situation in which the case is being.
The Constitution is the longest surviving and still in use governing document in history. There is a reason for this continued success, and the principles in the original document still apply to contemporary society today. In response to Secretary Clinton's pivot to gun rights, I will now offer my position on the issue. While the tragedies in Newtown and Aurora many years ago were horrific, taking guns away from law-abiding citizens is not the solution to the violence epidemic we experience in this country. First, we must figure out why we have such an obsession with violence, and this could be caused in some part from widespread video game use. Also, we have to evaluate our mental health institutions and make sure they are providing adequate care for mentally ill patients. There is no need for the rights of gun owners to be infringed.
Well, I disagree with you on your position, Governor Perry. Unfortunately, this debate is over and we will have to save our opinions for the next one.
Thank you, Secretary Clinton, and I look forward to doing so.